So, as a mother, how do you think Disney affects your child?
I think my daughter's Ellie, and she's going to be 5 soon, and she loves it. She has watched since she was a very little kid. She's watched Disney Channel, and what I love about it is that she seems to have like a positive outlook on life. She seems to think that she can take charge and fix things like Mickey Mouse on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He always has this set of tools, and he uses them, and I think she takes that same attitude towards life. So I really appreciate the Disney attitude. I think they have a positive attitude.
How do you think it affects the youth overall?
I think youth can be somewhat idealistic in general, so Disney just taps into that. I'm not sure if it's that Disney has created that idealistic outlook or if youth is idealistic and they have played to that. That's one of their strengths. But I think that youth tend to enjoy Disney because of the dreams and the positivity behind it.
Those are all positive things. More on the negative sides, do you think Disney could make more efforts to incorporate ethnic diversity?
Definitely. I mean, I remember when I first saw Aladdin, and Jasmine was the first like ethnically diverse princess that I had ever seen, and I thought she was wonderful. I thought she was a little too skinny, but I thought she was wonderful, and I thought it could have been more, and I was surprised that it took Disney until Princess and the Frog to have an African American princess. They had Pocahontas and Jasmine, but up until that point, it was all pretty white.
Yeah.
So I think that ethnic diversity is something that they really need to strive for, and I think it's beneficial, and people value that.
Going along with the skinny thing, do you believe Disney and especially their princesses could spark body dissatisfaction both in girls and boys, and then later in life even eating disorders?
Definitely. I think the media as a whole, it's not just Disney's fault for portraying princesses as slim and beautiful. That's something that's been a trope that's been around since the Middle Ages and the ballads and things that were sung at that time. So I don't think that body image is something that's totally Disneyized, but I would say that Disney has kind of a corner on the market when it comes to what beautiful is supposed to look like. When you're a little kid, you look at those princesses and you say, this is what I'm supposed to look like. Or if you're a little boy, you look at the heroes of the different stories and you say, this is what a prince is supposed to look like. This is what a man is supposed to be like. He's supposed to be broad-shouldered and slim-hipped. And those are ideals that for some body types are just not achievable. So it starts to set you up for failure. When you're already only like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, to be set up for failure, that's a bit much.
Talking about being set up for failure, do you think Disney gives an anti-feministic message, or does it teach young girls to be powerful and independent?
I think it depends on the film, because Rapunzel, the one, what is Tangled? That's the title. I think she's a strong young woman, and she shows like a sense of herself. She has an awareness of herself, and even though she's been very sheltered, she tries to go beyond her boundaries. But I would say that was kind of a turning point for Disney. I think before that, a lot of times they were trying to portray young women who are waiting for a man on a white horse to ride up and save them. In terms of feminism, that is the opposite of what feminism is about. Whereas if you look at their newer movies, Brave is about a mother-daughter relationship. It's not about waiting for a man on a white horse. In fact, she doesn't want one. She wants to have her own independence. She wants to be her own woman. And that's the same with Rapunzel and Tangled. And I would definitely argue that that's the same in Frozen. Elsa and Anna, they're sisters. It's about their relationship. It's not about waiting for a man to ride up. There are men that play a role in the film, some good, some bad, but it's more about their relationship as sisters. And I love the direction that Disney Pixar is going now.
Okay, so going off that, you already talked about a bit. What do you think the positives of Disney's are on children?
I think, like I said earlier, it's a positive outlook. It can give students or children, people from the ages of 5 to 55, a sense of accomplishment, of self, that they can achieve their dreams, that it is within reach and you can improve yourself. I think those are the things that Disney gives you.
So based on all of that, how do you think Disney is contributing to the American identity?
Disney is a phenomenon. It's something that has now gone worldwide. Everybody recognizes Mickey Mouse. This was something that was just one man's dream. I think that's pretty impressive that it's gone that far. And I would say that the American identity has been shaped by Disney because we as Americans, we recognize that Mickey Mouse is ours and that the Disney story is one of like picking yourself up by your bootstraps and becoming strong, and that's kind of like the American dream. So when you say like, what are people going to do to celebrate? They say, I'm going to go to Disney World or Disneyland. It's because it's a place where dreams come true, and maybe it's just marketing, or maybe it's just real.
Thank you.
Sure.